here we are, the Q&A for the film Eleanor that you just saw as part of a block of really good. I believe we categorized, you submitted it as horror. Yeah?
Uh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, which is very cool. It's very, very rewarding for me as a festival programmer to have a film as smart and thoughtful and subtle as Eleanor be in the horror category, because it's not about jump scares, but it's your subject. I'm not sure it gets any darker. And and we have Chris Dawson and Yael Gonen here, the filmmaking team, writer, director, producer, lead actor. And as always, well, I really love the film. I think it's really well done. I love so much about it. I'll give you more compliments as we go. But right from the get-go, I think an audience would have told you, if we'd been able to show it in the theater, that just the way you start with that retro intro animation and it takes us right into the film, I think just sets a tone that is so unique and so original that, what's better at a film festival than having something just completely original come up for audiences. So bravo. Thank you for the film. And I guess the obvious first question is how this got started.
Wow. I mean, it's a bit of a long story. I'll try to do the cliff notes. I think I was ready to do another short film, and Yael just so happens to be my wife, and she was ready to have a baby, and so we made an agreement
I bribed him.
that I could do another film if she could be in it, and then we'll have the baby after. And
yeah, we've been a director-producer duo for a while, and we always work together. And we'd never worked together as director, sort of lead actor before. And I was super interested to see what happened. I mean, could have been the end of us, but it wasn't. So it was great.
Not at all. I mean, I would have believed that you've been his lead forever. So did you already have the script, or did you write the script when you knew Yael was going to be the lead?
I think, we had discussed that we wanted to make a film together, and I didn't have the script yet. I thought, what's a good fit? And she's an actress. She comes from the musical theater world, and she had just transitioned over to the film and TV world. And so I had a ton of stories from her about auditioning and things. And I think I just kind of went off of that, and the rest is history.
And really early in the process, you knew you wanted to go to the dark side of this story?
I think I tend to lean.
Chris always goes to the dark side. You're gonna give him a story about rainbows and flowers, he's gonna find a dark twist, some sort of dark truth in it. It's just what he's good at, to be honest. Like, it's what comes out naturally for him.
And she likes the romantic comedies and things like that. And so I it was a struggle at first to figure out how we could make our two styles work, and we came up with this.
I also wanted him to explore a female lead. I wanted him to explore writing sort of from a female perspective. I think that's important, and we were trying to incorporate that because writers write what they know. So I think he did a really good job sort of going into that mindset as well.
And he couldn't have written a better performance piece for you. I mean, the levels of acting that you're doing and what your character is going through, and the transition, and I was almost going to say like the blossoming, like as if it's a positive thing that she turns into at the end, but it's kind of a dream role, right?
It really is, because it's juicy. You know, like there's nothing better for an actor than to get a role that's juicy, that has layers, that you can really have a journey with, that is pretty much, if anyone knows me, and I think you gather now from our little interview, that it's nothing like what I am in real life. So it was really amazing when I read it. I was like, yes, this is going to be so exciting to do.
And when you wrote it, you had in mind the retro feel, and that she'd be auditioning for a remake.
Yeah, I really wanted to explore that side of things. I kind of wanted her to be auditioning for something that was a remake, so I could go back to a retro film and just kind of have that aspect intertwined with that. And that was difficult to do because I was writing the script, and you know, some of the dialogue is based off of the movie, and trying to get that to work. But we stumbled on The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, but we actually changed it to The Strange Love of Lady Graves. Sorry. We changed that in post, and kind of went around that. I wanted something Lady Graves and Eleanor. I just wanted these names that stuck out in maybe a film that people didn't recognize.
And in a way, I mean, I think it gave you a chance to be performative as a director, because watching the film, there's so many. I just really appreciate the directing in the film, and the way that it progresses, and the way that you use the camera. Give applause to your DP and whatnot, because just the way the mood of the film changes as you move through it, I think it's a really good choice. So it sounds like a lot of good thinking went into the film in the pre-production area.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, our DP Josh Krasuski, he's amazing. And then we had Sophie Borup, who's the colorist that kind of helped set the tone and some of that. And I think going in, that was a big obstacle for us, was how can we achieve this kind of production value with, you know, the budget that we had, and shooting it in 2.5 days.
He's being modest. Let me bring some more into this from a producer aspect. Chris is one of the things that I love about working with him, professionally speaking, is that he has a very, very clear vision. He knows, he almost envisions the film from the beginning to the very end. He sort of thinks in sort of this 360 degree. And not only is that helpful to actors, which is great, but it's helpful to our creative team as well. When they come on, he's very clear about, this is sort of the feel that I want. This is, I want to keep it consistent and flowing, and sets a sort of mood and a tone. And so creatively speaking, it's really great to work with someone that knows what they want, has, is very modest, and is open to everybody bringing in their talents and sort of pulling them together, but a very clear vision. And I think that it shows in the final products of everything that he does.
It definitely shows in this. It is very, it's got the feeling of an auteur piece, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
So 2.5 days, that's pretty impressive for a film of this length.
Yes, it was tough to do, but we did it. The whole cast and crew, they were just really amazing. And something like this that's very character driven, I would have loved to taken our time and, all right, we're going to take 18-20 takes of this and just get it right. And and that's what was amazing about everybody and the cast and the L, is that they came prepared, and a lot of times we got 2 or 3 takes and we were moving.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest challenges, to be honest, in any independent film. I think faces this with time and budget. You're restricted, and everyone came together. It doesn't matter what role they were in. Everybody was laser focused on getting everything done, having the right stuff, and making sure that we have it. We had amazing people in place. My dear friend Okima, who also managed the set, was just a lifesaver. We had a great AD. We had all of our, really, we couldn't have done it without our crew. They were just amazing. Amazing.
That's great to hear. I mean, it shows that there was a great community formed around this. I also want to point out that all the supporting actors do a wonderful job.
Yes. We have Angelia Stark, who plays Mallory, and we have Pascal Yin Pfister, who is the director. They are just phenomenal, really. And again, 2 or 3 takes. Pascal, actually, we shot his stuff in like 4 or 5 hours because he had to run to another shoot. So we were lucky to snag him for about half a day to get his stuff. But he came prepared, and we did his thing, 2 or 3 takes, and he was out.
Yes. I mean, both of them were just absolutely amazing, and it's just great. It's so fun when you get someone that is so modest, but comes with so much. Like, they both came with like so much to give, and we're just ready to do it. And there's not a better feeling on set when everybody's like in that kind of mindset. It sounds a little cheesy, but it's it's sort of magical. It's like really was, and they did such a phenomenal job. I commend them.
Yeah, well, my assumption is I hear the positivity a lot with the films that are in the festival, and my assumption is that if the set went toxic, it just wouldn't turn out as well, right? I mean, as producer and director right here, you did what it took to keep because people aren't getting rich off of indie shorts, so I mean, you have to make it a pleasant, positive experience for everyone involved.
Yeah.
So excellent work.
We certainly tried.
Thank you. Yes, we did.
And I think so. You got that. How did post go with this?
That was tough. I edited it, so that's always tough to do, and to try and be objective about the material. It went through many different revisions. Me putting it away for a little bit, coming back to it, trying to see it with fresh eyes. But we got there, and I think we actually got some wonderful people to work on it. One of the things that I'll mention that we tried to do was we wanted to have, or at least try to have, cast and crew split, as many female and male people that we could have on set. So I think it came out to, I think it came out to be about 50-50, something like that. And in post, we were able to explore that a little bit as well. We got Julia Stockton, who is a part of C5 Sound, and she did the sound editing on it, and it's just fantastic. And like again, Sophie Borup, who did the color for this, is fantastic. It took a little bit of time to get through there because the level that we were trying to get it to.
Aled did an amazing job too. Our composer,
he's phenomenal.
Wow. Yeah, he's amazing. I think, doesn't he play every single one?
He does. He plays all the instruments.
Plays all the instruments that you hear. He's like this crazy talented guy, and we managed to get him, and everything was done from afar with him, which is more difficult than, sitting one-on-one. So that was, I think, another big hurdle that we went through.
Yeah, he had just moved from New York when we hired him, and so we did everything virtually. And I thought it was going to be tough, but when you work with somebody that talented, it just flowed. It worked well. So he did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of felt the need to mention when you were talking about the edit that, I mean, Yael's performance is so good. And I cannot imagine the pressure of editing your life partner's lead role by yourself alone, knowing that like, you're supposed to make a baby when you finish this up. That's something else. So you worked under fire. This was like you were tested.
Yeah.
It was very stressful.
And the baby was already there, by the way. He was editing at this with a newborn, which, if anyone knows what that's like, it's not easy.
Oh, so that was actually, I was going to ask, because I knew if based on the way you introduced this Q&A, if you had done that in the theater, tons of people would have said, is there, did you have the baby? So actually the baby was already here for post.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
So,
I was actually 3 months pregnant when we shot.
Yeah, so when we started writing, that's when we decided, and so we got pregnant during that phase, and then we were like, okay, we need to hurry up and shoot this before
I showed too much.
So
yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it turned out wonderful. Great film, and I bet one thing I wanted to mention was, if we were in the theater also, someone would have put their hand up and said, I think she gets the part, ends up in jail, right? Like how's he, you can just tell he's going to cast her now. It's perfect, because he's going to assume that stage makeup. The young woman who came back with a bloody face for this, to say, I'm not done auditioning, right? So I just want to compliment you on that, because any short film that actually leaves people writing the rest of the story, I think is a success.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had toyed with what the director would do afterwards, but I thought it was best to just end it there and and let people figure it out on their own.
No, and I think it's a brilliant choice, the way you come around, and then as soon as we see the blood, it's over. I think I think I actually wrote in my notes for the Q&A, like, love the climax, wow, because it's just a wow moment that she went to town with that brick.
Yes, that was one of the more difficult shots to get, but we got it, and we knew that's what we wanted. We wanted the reveal, and we wanted that build up, and again, the crew was amazing to achieve that in the time that we had.
Excellent. Well, wonderful work from both of you. Congratulations on your family.
Thank you very much.
Ours turns 13 tomorrow, so if you want an awesome babysitter in a year or two, I think she'll be ready. And, she's a responsible kid, good kid. Won't clean up her room, but that wouldn't affect her ability to babysit. So.
Amazing.
And completely understand everything. I hope you're getting some sleep. I guess I'll stop recording before I start talking about kids some more. But it was a pleasure. Thank you for submitting the film. It's great to have Eleanor in the festival.
Thank you.
We're happy to be here. Thank you for having us. Yeah,
we're super stoked to just be a part of it in this weird year, and kind of have the camaraderie of our fellow film industry, and say hi and be out there. So it's nice.
Wonderful. All right, I'll stop recording.